Hello everyone, Dan 14 Prime here. Do another video share today with the latest addition to the Superhero Lounge. This is the Prime One Studios 1/3 scale Dark Knight's Superman, as envisioned in a Finch variant cover. And this piece here is actually one of their 10-year anniversary repaints. The original piece, which is the traditional, let's call it traditional, if anything's traditional about this piece, blue and red and yellow type color scheme, which maybe across its various iterations had a total ES of maybe 750 or so, not exactly sure. And then this 10-year anniversary all black variant has an ES of 250. So I'm kind of cobbling together my own metal line here. I've got the Batman Joker Dragon diorama piece, this Superman here, and then probably the Wonder Woman that they've teased still to come will make my Trinity. So I'm sort of cherry picking the pieces I like best. So I like this Superman just to put something different in the collection. I mean, it checks the metal box. It checks the black suit Superman box. It checks, the bearded look, the angry sort of almost evil, diabolical type of Superman type look. So for those reasons, wanted to add this guy to the collection. Also like the dimensions too. I think very displayable piece here. And at least in terms of 1/3 scale, he'll fit in some places others won't. So let's jump in and take a look at this piece. So guys, be sure to check out the Superhero Lounge collectible store. Fun new side gig I'm starting up. I'll link that down in the description below. Again, superherolounge.com. Got lots of cool new and displayed pieces out there for sale. And hopefully I can get that thing ramped up where I can add more and more new pieces as well as a broader line with different types of collectibles, maybe even books, because I'm a big reader of collected editions myself. So just trying to put my passion out there on the web and share that. So check that out at superherolounge.com. So while I was plugging my side hustle, my side gig there, you've been seeing this base just spin in front of you. Very cool, just like bronze sort of base. It is Museum Masterline, so it gives that museum-esque type of look and pose. You get the big bold silver S on top of that bronze look. It's cool. The bronze is all worn and lightened up. So this is really, really kind of a cool look. You get the metal feel. Look at those skulls and different things on this. So really dig the base as well as the measurements that it brings. Probably about 18 and a half inches wide, particularly with the little stone piece flaring out, and about 15 and a half, maybe 16 inches deep. Let me just come on top and get a special look at the skulls here, because this really sets the mood of the base, with just the diabolical kind of evil. All these skulls just stacked up. He's standing on. You even see like some rib cages back there, it looks like. But that is super cool. And the base here, no different than the original piece. Actually comes in the same colored art box as the original. You can check that out on my Instagram, same handle Dan14th Prime, where you'll see the unboxing. You can see some of those details out there. I always save it down in my profile. Again, same handle Dan14th Prime. We get this big fabric cape out of the way. You can check out some of that behind as well. Really dig the base, and not too heavy either, which was just refreshing. This world of heavy shipping costs and everything. Not too heavy at all with the base. Over here, let's just check out the cape. The cape, it's a huge fabric cape, like reminds me of the size of like Cyborg Superman, huge fabric. Similar type of like sheen material. You can see it's all tattered at the bottom and all muddy and dirty from dragging in the ground. So that's all done pretty well, pretty heavily weathered. There are some serious wires in the cape as well that are going to give it a lot of posability. I haven't messed much with that because I need to get it in my display case to see exactly what I can do with the cape. But just look at this thing. Massive and, folds. You kind of get like folds off each shoulder. And again, there's like two massive wires on each side. Let me just try to freehand this a bit. This guy is so high up there. Sitting on a top shelf right now. Thing there as tall as me. At 6'2", coming off the ground. So hard to get kind of on top of him, but just trying to show you some of the top here of the cape, because I want to take it off to show you the suit. So it just sort of plugs in here. You get these giant holes in the chest, so you kind of need to have it on to cover those big gaps. We've seen that type of application before. A lot of beautiful detail underneath that when you put the cape on for final. Of course, you just want to be careful how you can pose it up to make the most of those details. But here you can see this looks really kind of sloppy right now because I've been messing with it. But that'll kind of sit in there. And you can see how you get these kind of like crumpled up sort of poofy sort of things as part of the style of the cape. You just kind of want to manage those, sort of something like that, you know, to get the right look. But yeah, you know, fabric cape, I don't mind them. I've said before, they often can be very big and beautiful like this, and give you more options and flexibility to pose. So I'm good with the cape, and that's actually going to help it fit where I want to display it. All right, let's try to take a look at the piece here, the figure piece itself. One big piece, except for the arms and the head. Heavier than the base, I think. He is massive. He's massive. He's a really big statue. Goes a good 35 inches tall. At least that's what Prime 1 says. I'm measuring about 34. Now, this is where it can be tough to just show some of the details. This is black on black on black. So, it's like a Vader or something, but he's got like this sheen part of the suit all through here. Cool. He's got like these studs coming off of it. Then you get into more of like a matte and textured look, with the shin guards and all of that, and the boots. Nice buckles and everything sort of detailed on the boots. But yeah, it's just all black and silver and just metal and just rocking, man. Of course, the belt is freaking crazy. Just giving you a look. He's got the Captain Morgan-esque, I guess, but they make it work. Though he does have the very traditional, you'll see up top, just sort of ARG, evil guy, ARG type look. But the sculpt is really good. It's kind of like a chunky, beefy, bulky, just well-balanced, thick, big dude Superman sculpt. Let me just kind of freehand the rest of this, because I feel like the angle really impacts what you can see with the sheen and everything of the suit. Just coming back around here, there's these spikes on that, the boot, all strappy metal clamps, spikes on the toes. It's nice strappy details and stuff in there. So really lots of detail in there. Coming up, of course, you've got the belt. Big sweet detail. So just giving you a look at that. It's a cool just sculpt too, but it's like all textured and everything. That's one thing about this. It's got just all this kind of roughness about it, which is really cool too. You can see some of the details on the belt. Hand there. Got these gloves. Spiked arm thingies. That goes up into the arm and into these big shoulder pads. Just trying to get on top of this thing here and show you some of this. Those really, really cool accents. Definitely got to manage the cape so you're not hiding those types of things. Then the chest here, just really cool. The whole centerpiece. All kinds of strappy stuff with like this armor going on in the S. The S is just really, really cool. It's really what brings that kind of museum classic look to the piece, as well as, of course, the pose and everything. But that big, bold chest piece looks awesome. Then here to the left hand, again, where he's sort of got his ARG going, with the cowl in there. Again, just get you a good look at that shoulder piece. Then here, the cowl hand was the bonus on the regular version, but it's all included in the black version. So it's the Batman cowl, skull, got teeth, all beat up, mangled. So that is very cool. You can see there, in addition to the Captain Morgan pose, he's got that sort of a little bit played out bad guy ARG look to him as well. Of course, just jumping over here, we see the ARG look on a lot of black statues of evil dudes. So not the most novel concept, but it works for what they're doing. And then finally here, just let me show you the back. The sculpt is really cool. It's a big, thick, muscular back. All the anatomy's there, and there's, some cool details, straps, things like that. Everything ties in from the front with the shoulder pads and everything. So you won't see it, but looks really cool. And here, of course, let's take a look at the portraits. This is the evil. Again, they've got a beard on, so that's a different look. Got that grimace on his face. Teeth look good. Beard looks good. Really nice portraits, I think. So here we've got the more sort of somber looking, almost sort of I have conquered type of look on his face after the battle. So I like that both portraits give you something like really different, not subtly different, but like really different looks, and both look really good. So one other thing to note, because again, this is the bonus on the normal piece. They did just make the statue in a way that, you'd have a hand there normally. So that's kind of an option. You don't want as much of an ARG with a head in his hand. You can sort of do that toned down ARG. And then last swap out, you can actually just do away with the ARG entirely here and take this massive heavy arm out, that giant peg magnetized slot, and you can put this arm in, which matches more sort of the pose of the right arm. And again, just gives you something a little more chill. Just fits more and more with that kind of somber sort of head sculpt. You want to just cool them back a bit, that's an option too. There you have it, guys. The Dark Nights Metal Superman black suit variant, Finch cover variant as well. Retails for like $1,300, you know, depending on how you do taxes and shipping. You're going to be about $1,500 for them. A really cool museum style piece with a different take on a very popular character. You know, after you tick all your boxes in your collection with your basic Supermans, something like this is a great piece to add, I think, to mix it up. And though I don't love lots of extra statue parts, the few they give you is a nice mix. You know, one extra head sculpt, one extra arm, the bonus left hand. Just those few extra parts can really do a lot to mix the statue up and give you some different looks. So I like that as well. But definitely happy with the piece. I got exactly what I wanted, so really happy with it. Like I mentioned at the top of the video, if you're looking to expand your superhero lounge, check out my collectible store online, superherolounge.com. You'll find a growing inventory of new and displayed pieces out there, as well as an expanding portfolio of products to come. So please hop out there and check it out. If nothing else, on the site you can subscribe to the newsletter, and I can keep you up to date that way on what's coming with the store. All good links down in the description below. All right, thanks guys. Thanks for checking out the video. I'll see you next time.